In today's video, I'll be sharing with you a huge fragrance haul. If you're interested, then just keep watching. Hi, my name is Ayesha from simplyayesha.com. Here on YouTube, I make videos about fragrance, beauty, luxury, and lifestyle. If those are things you're interested in, please subscribe. And if you are a returning subscriber, hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So as I said, today's video will be a huge fragrance haul. Like, I have so much stuff. Now, some of this stuff was sent to me from the brand. Some of it is stuff that I've purchased. But as we get to each item, if it was sent to me from the brand, I will let you guys know. This video is not sponsored. I was not paid to mention any of the things here, unfortunately. But anyway, because I have so many fragrances, and some of them I've worn, some of them I haven't, some of them I haven't even smelled, I'm going to try to be kind of quick on each one of these fragrances. So these won't be reviews. These are just basically first impressions for most of these items. Now, if you don't already watch my videos where I talk about like each fragrance I wore for the week or whatever, those videos are key because a lot of times people ask for updates on fragrances. And the fact of the matter is there are so many fragrances, there's not always going to be a dedicated video. Like, I'm not going to have dedicated content to that fragrance. However, in those videos where I talk about the fragrances that I've worn throughout the week, those are the ones where I'm really talking about fragrances that I'm wearing as I'm wearing them, and if they were standouts and that type of thing. So they could be very helpful. They are one of my more laid back videos, but it's one that I enjoy doing because I find them to be helpful and I enjoy doing them, and they're easy for me and they just feel organic in my opinion. So if you don't already watch those videos from me, you definitely should, because a lot of times I update you guys on fragrances in those videos. Anyway, let me get off my soapbox. Let's go ahead and get into this haul. So the first fragrance we're going to start out with is from Narcotica, and this is called Happy Dust. So this fragrance is one that I picked up because it's been on my list for a while. Actually, last year, like last summer, I got a decant of it from Scent Split, which, by the way, I do have a Scent Split discount code. If you guys are interested in trying any fragrances, I always have it in my description box, but I just recently got the discount code probably like a month or so ago. Anyway, it'll be in the description box. But anyway, I had a decant from them that I had ordered last summer and I used it up and I really enjoyed it, except I thought it was just so light. Like, I really couldn't smell it. So since that time, it had kind of been on my mind, like it would be a nice to have, but I didn't want to pay full price for it. And so I've always just kind of looked out for it to see if I find it for a good price. And I found this for not a huge discount, but I found it on Mercari, and I had money on Mercari and I had like a $50 credit or something from Mercari. So yeah, I went ahead and bought it. It wasn't that much of a discount. And honestly, if I would have saw it for a huge discount, I would have been concerned. But because y'all know sometimes people sell fakes on Mercari. But the pricing fit, so I really wasn't worried. Anyway, long story long, I bought Happy Dust. I said I wasn't going to be long-winded. I'm not winning right now. So anyway, this is a easygoing vanilla fragrance. To me, it does have like a coconutty nuance to it, like a light coconut smell to it. It also kind of smells like there are some fruits that are underneath the blanket of vanilla. So overall, I count this as a vanilla scent, but it has this lightness to it, this airiness to it. It has this kind of summertime sweetness to it. And so I feel like this is one of those vanillas that will be perfectly appropriate for the summer. And that's probably when I'm going to wear it. I really just don't feel like this is a heavy enough vanilla to wear when it's cold outside. But during the warm weather, yes, I definitely think that this is one that I'll get a lot of use out of. I still stand by the fact that I don't find it extremely long lasting. It's not really projecting. This is definitely more of a inner circle type of scent. Like, people are not going to compliment you like as soon as you walk in the door wearing this. But if somebody comes in and gives you a hug, they may smell it on you, may compliment you on it. And I just find it very easygoing. I have worn it since I got this bottle. And like I said, I have gone through a 5 ml decant of this before. So again, that's Happy Dust by Narcotica. This next fragrance is from Room 1015, and this is Jasmine Freak. So this fragrance, I think, was introduced in December at Scent Explore. I don't think it was officially released at that point, but I know a lot of people were able to smell this at Scent Explore, and it was getting a lot of hype. So when it came out, a lot of people were on it. A lot of people were really enjoying it, talking about how great it was, even if you don't love Jasmine. And so when I had the opportunity to be sent this from the brand, I was like, yeah, let me try it. Y'all know I'm not a Jasmine fan, right? So with the name Jasmine Freak, I would not have tried this besides the fact that I heard so many people talk about how much they love it. Anyway, it is a pretty scent. I did do a first impression of this on my Instagram, so follow me there. I did this probably like a month ago. But yeah, to me, the jasmine is definitely there, but this is more of a summery jasmine. So it's giving like a tropical, almost sunscreen leaning type scent, but with jasmine at the forefront, in my opinion. I don't know if coconut is technically a note in here, but it definitely smells like there could be some coconut in here, maybe something like tiare flower. It's giving summer tropical florals, and you know, it's fine. It's not my favorite. I don't hate it. To me, on my skin, the jasmine does come forward quite a bit, but it is sweet enough. It is round enough that it's not bothersome. Sometimes with jasmine scents and with other white floral scents, they give me headaches. This is not one that gave me a headache. Is it one that I love? I don't know yet, to be determined. I've only worn it one time, but I do plan on trying this out some more and kind of just getting a better feel for it. But so far so good. It's nice. It's pretty. Did I need it? As of right now, no, it's not a love for me, but it is one that I like. So again, that is Jasmine Freak from room 1015. This next fragrance is from Montblanc, and this is Dala Chai. So this fragrance was actually sent to me from Twisted Lily. So thank you to Twisted Lily for sending this over. Y'all know I do have a link and a discount code for Twisted Lily. So if you're interested in this fragrance, make sure you check out my description box. But they did send this to me per my request. They do these kind of affiliate trainings like throughout the year and kind of let us know about new fragrances that would be coming out. And so when I saw this one come up on one of their presentations, I was like, immediately, yes, okay, I do want to try that. So when it became available to try, I was interested in trying it, and I do really enjoy it. So I don't remember the notes because it's been too long, but to me, this fragrance is weird. Not weird, that sounds bad. This fragrance is unique. It doesn't smell exactly like what I thought it would smell, and it's hard for me to describe, but I really like it. So just try my best to describe it. To me, the first thing I get is kind of this spiciness, and it doesn't necessarily smell like chai, but the spices in it smells like chai. And then in addition to the spiciness, there is a bit of creaminess to this fragrance. There's a vanilla, and I know the way I'm describing this, you would kind of think it smells like a chai latte, but it doesn't. It has those same kind of notes and everything, but it's done almost in this more perfumey type way. So it doesn't smell like straight out food, even though it's leaning in the gourmand direction. I actually really like this scent. It is spicy, but there's enough sweetness to it, enough creaminess to it that I feel like it doesn't necessarily smell overly feminine, but let's say unisex leaning feminine. So it's giving me those gourmand vibes without being full on food, and I really do enjoy this. Now, this is something that I can wear now, even while it's warm here, but I don't know that I would be able to wear this in the dead of summer. Like once the humidity kicks in, I think it may be too strong for that, but right now it's working for me. And so if you live in a milder climate than me, or if you live in a climate that doesn't have as much humidity, you still may want to check this out, because this might be one that you find you could wear during the summer, because to me it's more spicy than sweet, but the sweetness is still there. Anyway, I'm really enjoying this thus far, and to me it's a different release from the brand Montblanc, so I'm really enjoying that. So again, thank you to Twisted Lily. Check out my description box below for a link and a discount code. Again, that's Dala Chai from Montblanc. This next fragrance is from Parfums de Marly, and this is Palatine. So this fragrance came out maybe like 6 months or so ago, but I feel like when it came out, it really didn't get much love. With Parfums de Marly feminine scents, I'm not one of those people that feel like I need to immediately go smell all of them. Honestly, I think I have 2 in this video, but besides that, I think I only have 2 more Parfums de Marly. Yeah. So I have Vallayia and Oriana. Those are the only other like Parfums de Marly feminine scents that I have. So I'm just saying that to say I'm not one of those people that has to go out and smell every PDM. I'm not always interested. They're not necessarily my favorite brand. I know they're a very popular brand and I do respect them. I think their scents are easygoing. I think they're beautiful. They just don't really speak to me a lot of times, if that makes sense. So when this came out, I wasn't checking for it and a lot of people weren't checking for it either. But when I was at Scent Explore, I smelled it and I was pleasantly surprised. Now, is it worth the $350 or however much they charge for this? No. I'm gonna just say no. Not for me anyway. So when I saw this at a discounter, I picked it up then because it's been on my wish list, but I was like, I'm not paying full price for that. So anyway, I do really enjoy the way this smells. I haven't worn it yet myself, but this was not a blind buy. So to me, this kind of gives off like luxurious bubble bath. That's the vibe that I get from this fragrance. So as far as the notes, I feel like this is a purple floral fragrance. I could be completely wrong. I haven't looked at the notes in forever, but I think it's a purple floral fragrance. And to me, that's what I get mostly. So you get that powderiness. There's a bit of tartness in this fragrance as well. But overall, I kind of get this soapy, shampoo-y vibe. To me, this smells very feminine, very pretty girl, but easygoing, easy to wear. I really like it. And I was actually very surprised when I tried this in December at Scent Explore because I didn't think this was going to be my type of fragrance, to be honest. But when I smell it, it just smells like a soft hug, you know, like very sentimental. So when I'm leaning into my soft girl era, this is the type of fragrance I could wear. So I'm excited to wear this. Like I said, I haven't worn it full body yet, but I do really enjoy the way this soft, soapy floral smells. So again, that's Palatine from Parfums de Marly. The next fragrance I have is another one from Parfums de Marly, and this is Vallayia Exclusive. So this is their newest feminine fragrance release. I did do a first impression of this as well on my Instagram. So if y'all not follow me on Instagram, like I know y'all don't want new apps, but y'all are missing out, okay? Not all of Instagram is bad, okay? Just follow the people that, you know, resonate with you. Anyway, Vallayia Exclusive, I did a first impression over there. I've only worn this fragrance one time, I believe, but I do enjoy it. So to me, it smells clean, soapy, musky. It has a bit of an almond touch to it, like a creamy almond touch to it. And then it also kind of smells like it has the bright citruses that I personally tend to get from the original Vallayia as well. Of course, I can't give you a full review. I've only worn it one time, but comparing it to the original Vallayia, my first thoughts are this is a more toned down version of the original Vallayia, has a bit more powderiness to it and a bit more like sweetness to it, and not as kind of sharp in the opening as Vallayia can be. Although I do love Vallayia, I think at first sniff, I like this one a little bit more. But yeah, it's too early for me to really truly say that, so take that with a grain of salt. But I am happy to have this one in my collection. So again, that's Vallayia Exclusive from Parfums de Marly. Next up, I have this bag from Orman Jane. I kept this one in the box because I've been slacking, y'all. I'm sure y'all know that, but I've been slacking on my content creation, and you know, it's just life. Like, I'm not apologizing for it. I have decided that I did not want my content creation to be as high of a priority in my life as it was last year. So it's like intentional. I'm not going away, but I'm doing it in a way that works for me. So I've been slacking, but I was invited to my first fragrance event. And it wasn't really an event, but it was Orman Jane. They recently came to Neiman Marcus in the United States, and I was able to go meet with the founder. So I do have some clips of it. I was meaning to make like an Instagram reel or something, but the founder was very, very kind. Orman Jane has always been one of those brands that, to be honest, I was never interested in, and I think I've shared that on the channel before. But let's say like a few months ago, maybe like 3 months ago, they reached out to me and asked if I wanted to try a discovery set, and I was like, sure, you know, what's the harm in a discovery set? And so as I got the discovery set and kind of went through it, I found some that I really liked. And so when they told me that she was coming to town and they wanted to see if I wanted to meet with her, I was like, yeah, because I really liked some of the fragrances. And that whole experience made me really enjoy the brand even more. So I do have a couple more on my list that I am looking to probably try in the future. Well, not try because I smelled them in store, but to buy in the future. But it was just a really great experience. She was so kind and we just talked. It was easygoing. I got to smell a lot of the fragrances and it was just a nice time. So anyway, she did gift me with the fragrance. So this is the one that I enjoyed the most out of the Discovery set that they sent me, and so they gifted me a box of it. This is Ombre Royale, and she told me a cool story about this fragrance. So it was initially created for a princess. I forgot what country. I want to say Qatar. I may be wrong, but it was a princess in the Middle East, okay? And they originally created this fragrance for her, and it was her signature scent for years, and they didn't sell it to anybody else. But when she decided she didn't want to wear it anymore, they asked permission to come out with it for the public. The founder, Linda, was telling me that they had to tweak the formula because some of the ingredients they used were not like IFRA regulated. So they had to change the formula a bit, but it smells basically the same. So I love that story and I love this fragrance. Now I have not worn this yet because I've been holding this in this bag for like 2 months now waiting to film this video, but this is what the bottle looks like. Again, that's Ombre Royale and they did personalize it for me. It's probably going to be hard to see, but it just says my name on the cap there. Sorry, fingerprints, but yeah, I thought that was really cool. They were very nice. That just goes to show you that sometimes, you know, you can judge a brand for what you think the aesthetics are and you just never really know, like, until you try it. And also that goes to show like these brands that come out and actually talk to people that support them online for free, that really like did something to me. Obviously, I'm not talking about this because I have to, because this has been sitting here for like 2 months. I think I met her in February and now what are we? April 28th as I'm filming this. So just the respect that she had for me, and of course I have respect for her. It's the mutual respect that really can go a long way. And some of these brands, they just really don't care that they're getting free publicity from content creators. And it's not that I'm looking for like a handout, but I think it goes a long way when somebody does go out of their way to be kind to people that help support their brands. So anyway, the fragrance, I don't want to spray it in here. So the fragrance, of course, is an amber scent. The amber in here is spicy, but it's not really animalic in my opinion. It is warm, it is resinous. To me, there's also maybe a bit of vanilla in this fragrance. It's giving it a little bit of sweetness, taking some of the edge off. And then there is this type of like warm muskiness to this fragrance that I feel like makes it feel very enveloping. So some amber fragrances, in my opinion, can be very overpowering because there are just a lot. This fragrance kind of leans in that direction, but the musk tones all that down. And there is this kind of airiness about this fragrance that makes it feel not too heavy. So to me, the amber that everybody kind of knows is Grand Soir from Maison Francis Kurkdjian. Y'all know I love that fragrance. Ombre Royale to me is sweeter than that fragrance. It's airier than that fragrance. So whereas I feel like I can't really wear Grand Soir when it's hot per se, I could wear this when it was hot. Now, would I choose to if I'm going to be outside? Probably not, but I would definitely wear it on a warm night, like if I was going out. It's a beautiful scent. I love it. Like I said, it was my favorite out of the Discovery set that they sent me. So again, that's Ombre Royale from Orman Jane. This video is already going super long, so I'm going to try to be quicker with the rest of the fragrances because I still have a ton here and I really don't want to split this into 2 parts. So yeah, I'm going to try to do this all in one go. So anyway, the next fragrance I have is from Gritty. This is my first fragrance from Gritty and this is Mango Oud. Now this fragrance is one that I purchased, but I have not opened it yet. So here is the bottle. I do love the bottle on this. It's my first time seeing one of their bottles in person. And it's kind of weird, you know, because it's such a like long bottle. But I like it, and I like the colors on this. So I do like this. Now this was not a 100% blind buy, but kind of, because I got a sample of this, I think with the Lucky Scent order last year. And so it was just like one of those dabber samples. So I've never worn this fragrance, but I did smell it and remember liking it and added to my always growing list of fragrances that I may want to try. So I think I came across this on a deal or when I was buying something else and decided to pick it up. So let's refresh my memory. Ooh, yes. So I don't know that I'm necessarily smelling mango right off, but I'm definitely getting tropical fruit, but tropical fruit kind of shampoo. That's what I'm getting like first off. Okay, as it's starting to dry, I can definitely pick up mango, but there has to be some other type of tropical fruit in here as well, because initially it didn't really smell like mango to me. But now as it's drying, I'm getting mango mixed with other fruits in this kind of shampoo-y vibe. And as this continues to dry down, I do smell something deeper coming out. I don't know if it's oud. I mean, it probably is just based on the name, but that's not what it's really smelling like to me. It's kind of smelling more like patchouli, but not a heavy patchouli, not a dirty patchouli. But it's definitely something like dark, kind of earthy that's grounding this fragrance and taking it more so from like a shampoo scent to something that's more prominent. But it's not super strong, like just right off the bat. I don't know. I haven't worn this fragrance. This is a really quick first impression, but so far, so good. I do enjoy the way this smells. Maybe at the end of this video, I'll come back and re-smell this card and see how it has changed. But as of right now, what I'm getting is a tropical fruit shampoo with a little bit of depth to it. But I like it. With the name Mango Oud, I was scared that this might be too heavy to wear actually in the summer for me. But as I'm smelling this, no, I definitely could wear this middle of the summer, hot day. Yeah, that's a pretty scent. So again, that's Mango Oud from Gritty. This next fragrance is from Matière Premiere, and this is Parisian Musk. So this was actually sent to me from FragranceNet. So thank you to FragranceNet for sending this over. They also gave me a discount code, which will get you 35% off. So I will have that in the description box as well. But when they reached out to me, I looked on their site to see what fragrance I wanted to try. And I was happy to see this one on there because this is one that I have wanted to try forever. I don't know why I haven't. I don't know why I haven't gotten a decant or anything like that, but it's one that I've been wanting to try for maybe like a year or two. I think I remember Kate's Beauty Station. I think she's the one who put this fragrance on my radar. I love her videos, by the way. If you're not following her, maybe go check her out. She does other videos besides fragrance, but I like the way that she describes fragrances. So I'll link her channel down below. Anyway, this is a musky scent. I haven't worn this one yet. I have smelled it though, but it's a musky scent. However, there is a bit of a greenness to this fragrance that gives it this freshness. And then it also has like, kind of smells like a nutty component. I don't know if it's cardamom or some sort of nut, but it smells like there's a bit of nuttiness to this fragrance and maybe even a slight lactonic edge to it. But overall, it's a musky scent. So that clean, soft, kind of skin scent type of musk, not really going in the laundry direction, more in the skin scent type of direction, but it's done in a very like elevated way. And then I think those other components kind of just help to lift this fragrance and make it unique. So although I have a lot of musky fragrances, and that's like a category that I really enjoy, this one doesn't smell like any of my other musky fragrances, not right off the bat anyway. Yeah, it smells really, really beautiful. I cannot wait to wear this. I think this is going to be an easy reach for me year round because it feels heavy enough to wear when it's cold, but it also feels, you know, clean and fresh enough to wear when it's hot. So I can't wait to really get to know this fragrance. I haven't had a chance to wear it yet, but I'm sure you guys will hear about this in upcoming videos because right now I'm impressed, okay? So again, that is Parisian Musk from Matière Premiere. Switching gears real quick, I was sent some packages from Ellis Brooklyn, which I was super excited about. So this first one is this, and this is your collaboration with Amika, the hair care brand. And so it's a limited edition Amika Miami Nectar dry shampoo. Let me open this so y'all can see it better. All right, I got it all out. So it's the Amika Miami Nectar Scented Dry Shampoo, which I'm not a dry shampoo girly. However, I am glad to have one in my stash because there's been times I wanted to use a dry shampoo and I don't have one because I don't use them on the regular. So I'm glad that I have one. I've heard good things about the Amika one, so I'm happy to try this out. And then they also sent me Miami Nectar, which if you have been watching my channel since last year, then you will know that I love this. This was my scent of the summer. I coined it my scent of the summer for 2024. And so every time I wear this fragrance, it makes me think of all the fun things I did because I took it on a bunch of like family vacations or weekend trips last summer. And so it makes me think of those things. So I am so happy to have a backup of this. I'm not out of my current bottle, but I am like more than halfway done with my current bottle. So I'll just be putting this on ice per se until I run out of my current bottle. But I love this fragrance. If you have not smelled it, my way that I like to describe it that is very basic is a watered down pina colada. So it's giving watery coconut pineapple vibes and it is summer perfection. It's not super long lasting. It's not beast mode, but it does last a good amount of time. Let's say like 4 hours or so. And it just is super refreshing in the smell I just can't get enough of. So again, that's Miami Nectar from Ellis Brooklyn. It also came with this little baggie, which I think is super cute and would be nice to take on vacation. I always like to take little bags like this with me on vacations, especially to the beach, because when I go out to the pool or the beach, I like to have like another bag inside of my big beach bag where I can put like my phone and camera if I have it, or a book or whatever. So happy to have this as well. So again, thank you to Ellis Brooklyn for sending these out. They also sent me these three, which these are 3 of their new body sprays. And I don't know what's going on with body sprays recently, y'all, but I guess that's the newest thing in fragrance. I personally am not the biggest body spray person. I always don't really have a way that I incorporate them into my routine. And I know that sounds crazy because I will do the oils and I will do the lotions, but I really just never think about body spray. So I'm thinking I need to figure out a way to kind of reorganize my body care so that I think more about my body sprays for layering purposes. But anyway, they sent out their 3 new ones, which I think are really cool. I have not smelled them yet, so we're going to smell them real quick. But this first one is called Banana Milkshake. And so let's smell it real quick. Yep, smells like bananas. Like a banana milkshake. So it's banana, it is milky. Even smells a slightly bit boozy. I feel like body sprays are kind of hard for me to smell like right off the bat because there's always like so much alcohol content in them. But this is supposed to be a hair and body fragrance mist. Let's see. Yeah, there's alcohol is the first ingredient though. So I don't know if I would spray this in my hair, but maybe if I wanted to put a little bit, I don't know. But it smells good. It smells like a nice banana scent that will be good for layering, or like if you want something easy going to wear to the pool or that type of thing. That's probably what I'm going to use it for, but it is really pretty. So if you like bananas and you like banana scented fragrances, but not really ready to jump into that whole fragrance category and just want to try a spray, then maybe check this one out. Yeah, it's really pretty. It smells kind of like banana Laffy Taffy as it continues to dry. The second one is the Mango Milkshake. And yes, it definitely smells like a mango milkshake. So it's giving that sweet, syrupy mango with the creamy milkiness. I feel like this will pair really, really well with Xerjoff Cruz del Sur 2. Y'all know I love that fragrance. But if that fragrance is too much for you, then probably check this out, because to me that fragrance is kind of a lot. Like it's a lot. The milkiness is very present. This one is not as milky. It's more of like a sweet milkshake. But yeah, it's giving like mango milkshake, mango smoothie. Yeah, very pretty. And I think this will pair well with a lot of summer fragrances. And then this last one is Lychee Milkshake. Yeah, this smells good. So you get that tart lychee. You get the creaminess of like the milk or milkshake portion of this. But to me, this one is more tart than creamy. It reminds me a lot of Kayali Eden Sparkling Lychee, whatever it's called. The lychee one from Kayali. It reminds me a lot of that one, but this one is probably a little bit more dense than that. Whereas that one smells more juicy. This one smells more creamy, but still tart. It still has that tartness of lychee. So I think this will pair well with rose scents or, I mean, lychee scents. I feel like that's been a thing the last couple months. So if y'all have a lot of lychee scents, this may pair well with that. But this one smells kind of like really nice to just wear on its own, in my opinion. Like I could see myself wearing this out to like run to the grocery store or whatever. Because it smells, like to me, this one had less of that alcohol blast and it smells just more like juicy fruitiness. Yeah, really pretty. So again, that's Lychee Milkshake. This next fragrance is from Chris Collins, and this is Savant Manhattan Cherry. So this fragrance, when they released the promo images for it, I'm like, I got to have it. I got to have it, okay? Because I do like cherry scents. I did tell myself, you know, I need to slow down on buying them because a lot of them, you know, smell like Tom Ford, Lost Cherry, and I don't want any dupes of that. And so like, how many ways can we do cherry? But Chris Collins has a way of doing sexy scents. I don't have that many from the brand, but the ones that I do have, I really, really enjoy. So when they came out with this one, when they came out with the promo images, I was intrigued, not only because it's a cherry scent, but it's called Manhattan Cherry. And it's not Manhattan just for the city. It's Manhattan, the drink. So a Manhattan is a bourbon drink, if I remember correctly, but I have had one before. And when I think about a Manhattan, I think about like a dark bourbon with some cherry and a little bit of sweetness, but not too much. So to me, when I have tasted a Manhattan, it kind of reminds me of an old fashioned, which y'all know is very popular. But to me, it's not as sweet as an old fashioned. Not my favorite drink, but I was intrigued that this fragrance was inspired by that drink. And yeah, that's what it's giving. So I've actually worn this one quite a few times. Maybe when I'm saying quite a few, I mean, it hasn't been a ton, but I actually took this with me to New York. I did a 24 hours in New York with my friend. And so I was like, you know, let me be in theme and take this. And I took this, and this was my only fragrance I took with me. And I really enjoyed wearing this. So it's giving booziness. It gives a little bit of smokiness. The cherry in here is dark. It's like a dark if you've ever seen those, like, I don't know if they're bourbon cherries, but there's some sort of like drunken cherry that bartenders use. They're very dark and they have booze infused into them some way. But anyway, that's what this reminds me of. And I love it. So although it's not my favorite drink, I really enjoy the way this smells. Like this smells so sexy. This is definitely a darker cherry scent. It definitely has some woodiness there too. And I'm not sure if tobacco is a note in here, but it kind of smells like there could be a bit of a tobacco in the background. But overall, what I'm getting is a boozy cherry scent. So good though. It is so good. It smells more complex to me than the way I feel like I'm describing it. But if you like dark boozy scents and you like cherry, I definitely think you should get your nose on this one. I am thoroughly impressed with this. This is definitely the type of cherry that I wear on a date night. Like I could see myself wearing this to like a speakeasy. This is those types of vibes. So again, that is Savant Manhattan Cherry by Chris Collins. Oh, and by the way, I wore this to a book club meeting that I had. My last book club meeting, and I got quite a few compliments on it. So people enjoyed the smell of it on me. So even though it's kind of a more complex fragrance, apparently it is still likable. So again, that's Savant Manhattan Cherry from Chris Collins. Next up, I have two fragrances from the brand Day3. If you've never heard of Day3, they are a small indie fragrance house. I was able to smell quite a few of their fragrances at Scent Explore, and I really enjoy a lot of them. I actually ended up picking up one, which is Ambar Dominicano, I believe. That's the one that smells like rum and coke. But they sent me two of their fragrances. They're a very small company. I think they told me when we were there, they're all family, and I think there is only like 5 people that are in the company, that work for the company. And so I thought that was really cool. They're out of the Dominican Republic. So they sent me 2 fragrances, and let's smell them. So this one I am going to share with you the presentation just because I feel like they do a really good job, especially for a small fragrance brand. But it comes in this nice substantial box, and then you open it up and it's sitting in there in its own little bed. It has a card up there talking about the notes of the fragrance, and this is what the bottle looks like. So the bottle feels very substantial. They used to have different bottles to my knowledge. I've never seen the older bottles, but these are the newer bottles that look like this. So this first one is called Bonnie. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Very refreshing. This is definitely giving beach vibes. I feel like I can pick up on grapefruit, maybe lime as well. I feel like I smell some sort of sea breeze note that's giving like salty, not necessarily salty, but like salty sea breeze air. Now I know there is supposed to be a mango note in this fragrance, and I personally am not picking up the mango right now. Now, granted, I have smelled a lot of fragrances, but I personally am not picking up the mango. However, I am picking up a tropical fruit that's in the background. Like, it's almost like the citruses are sitting on top of the tropical fruit. So even though I smell the fruit, to me, the citruses are more prominent, in that seaside or sea air is more prominent than the actual fruits. Yeah, this is very pretty, and this is quite unisex. I didn't know what they were sending me. I told them I lived in a warm climate, and they picked out 2 fragrances and sent them to me. So I'm really happy to have this one, because I feel like this is going to be perfect for hot weather. Like, I could see myself wearing this outside in the middle of the summer. So even if I was going to like a theme park or something like that, I feel like this would never be too much. It wouldn't get cloying, because it's mostly, to me, bright citruses. Really pretty though. Definitely unisex. And although I'm saying it's a citrus fragrance, I guess because of the fruits that are kind of underneath the citruses, it still makes it feel like more than just a citrus. Hopefully that makes sense. Anyway, again, that's Bonnie from Day3. This next one is Downtown Deja Vu. And this one, I remember, like, I don't remember smelling it at Scent Explore, but I remember the description of this is supposed to smell like a mall. Yeah, so on here it says, inspired by a walk through a 90s shopping mall, which I think is so cool, because in the 90s and early 2000s, like, malls were a thing. Like, malls aren't really a thing anymore, but like going to the mall was the event. Like, we would get dressed up. I remember high school, especially, if there was a football game going on, like a college football game going on, we getting dressed up and we're going to the mall. That's the only place we're going, is to the mall, to see and be seen. So let's see how it smells. Okay. Yeah, okay, I'm getting cosmetic counter for sure. I think that's one of the notes in here, but that's the first thing that I smell, like walking through a Macy's and the ladies are out there trying to sell you all the stuff. It definitely smells like that right at first sniff. There's some sweetness to this, kind of smells like cotton candy. I gotta look at the notes on this one, y'all. Yeah, this is so cool. Looking at the notes on this, I can pick out a lot of these things. Like, one of the notes on here is new t-shirt, and I smell that as well. It's like giving a laundry, cottony type of smell. This is so interesting, y'all, because there's a lot of like different things in here. But just to kind of simplify what I'm smelling is, I'm definitely getting that kind of makeup-y vibe, like the makeup counter vibe, a little bit of clean laundry, a little sweetness from cotton candy, and a little bit of fruitiness to this. Very interesting. That's so cool. I totally get the inspiration. Like, when I smell this, it takes me back there for sure. Yeah, I'm really excited to wear this. I know it probably sounded weird the way I'm describing it and the whole inspiration for it, but it still smells like a fragrance you would want to wear. So I'm excited to try this. Very, very interesting concept. So again, that's Downtown Deja Vu from Day3 Fragrances. Next up, I have one from Bon Parfumer, and this is Myrrh Shadow 403. So this one, last time I checked, it was sold out. So I'm not sure if it's back in stock, but apparently it's super popular because I guess a lot of people were able to smell it at Essence in Italy. I think that was in March, and raved about it. And also it's a Quentin Biche creation, and so I feel like at this point, whenever Quentin Biche creates something, everybody wants it. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let's smell it. And this one was sent to me from the brand, if I didn't mention that earlier, but that's what the bottle looks like. Really nice looking. I think this is part of the Extrait line. Okay, I like it. So myrrh I am getting, but I'm also getting something that smells like tonka bean, because I'm getting like this nutty sweetness. The myrrh that's in here is giving that resonance that myrrh does, but It's not extremely heavy. It doesn't really smell churchy either, in my opinion. Sometimes with myrrh fragrances, like if you've ever smelled Myrrh Mystere from Tom Ford, or what's the other one? Rock the Myrrh from Dries Van Noten. Both of those to me are a little bit harder to wear. They're not easy reaches for me. There's something I kind of have to think about to see if I'm in the mood to wear them. This one smells like a easier going myrrh. There also seems to be some sort of floral in this. Kind of smells like rose, not 100% sure. But I feel like there's some sort of floral that's giving it this very like pretty quality, this elegant quality. So although this is a myrrh scent, and you know, it's called Myrrh Shadow. With a name like Myrrh Shadow, I would expect this to be like deep, dark, heavy incense. It's not giving that. This is very nice. Okay, I'm impressed. I didn't know what to think about this. Like, y'all might have saw the look on my face when I talked about the Quentin Beach phenomenon that's going on. And that's nothing against him. I'm not a hater, I promise. But sometimes it's just like, just because he created it don't mean it's going to be great, you know? But, you know, he knows what he's doing. I can't even be mad. But this smells really good. It's a little powdery too, but the powderiness kind of smells like it's coming from the nuttiness. So yeah, I definitely feel like there should be tonka or something in here, or maybe it's just like powdery almond. This is really nice though. It's not heavy. It is like transparent in a way. I'm excited to wear this. Okay, I didn't know how to feel. I was like, why are they coming out with this in summer? This sounds like it's gonna be winter. But I am very happy with this. I'm glad I was sent this, because I probably would not have looked at this until like October, November, because just with the name myrrh, I would think I'm not going to wear it during the summer. But this smells really good, y'all. I'm excited to try this. If you like nutty scents and you like a little bit of incense, maybe try to get your nose on this if it's available. So again, that's Myrrh Shadow from Bon Parfumer. This next fragrance is one that I have been so excited to try since I heard about it. It's from Valentino, and this is part of their new line of fragrances, the Anatomy of Dreams line. So let me go ahead and open it. I love the bottle, y'all. This is what the bottle looks like. I do love the cap. I wish it was glass. It's definitely plastic, but I do love the way the bottle looks overall. And this one is called Note di Oro. So this is the one I was most interested in, but there is another one out of this line that I'm very interested in as well. But this was a blind buy for me. It's not sold anywhere near me. I bought it from the Valentino website. And so I'm like, you know, don't go crazy, Ayesha. It's already crazy enough blind buying a fragrance at this price, but we definitely don't need to blind buy 2 of them. So I really hope I love this, y'all. Let's see. So this is an almond scent, and I'm definitely picking up on the almond. However, this smells a little boozy, like there's amaretto or something in here. I do not remember the notes. Oh, this smells so good. Yeah, it's giving almond liqueur. That's what I'm getting. That's all I'm getting right now, but that's all I need. Y'all know I love an almond scent. I also love a boozy scent. And I feel like there's so many fragrances that feature the note of amaretto that when I smell them, the amaretto just doesn't come through for me like I need it to. This is giving amaretto. Di Serono. Also kind of smells like something leathery in here. Like there could be a suede or even maybe a saffron. It's not coming off as like strong leather, but like a very refined, luxurious handbag leather. Ooh, I love this. I love this. I'm so happy because this was a risky blind buy, but it's one that has been on my wish list, like I said, since it came out. And I was just like, go big or go home, okay? Don't do like me, okay? Do not do like me. Try to sample things first. But there was no way I could find a sample of this. And so, yeah, I bought it. This smells so good. It definitely makes me want to try other fragrances from the line as well. I think the other one I really wanted was like Sogni Rosso or something like that. I can't remember, but this one smells really good. Now, although to me, I feel like this is kind of a deeper scent, it doesn't feel so deep that I don't think I'll be able to wear it anytime soon. So I still feel like I could pull this off, especially in the evenings or if I'm going somewhere. This is not really the type of almond scent that I would think I would want to just wear to chill around the house. I love like nutty scents, like creamy, nutty, vanilla type scents just to like relax around the house. This doesn't feel like that. This feels more elevated. So this is, I'm getting dressed up. Not, doesn't have to be super dressed. Like, it's not giving formal, but definitely I'm putting some thought into my appearance. I'm going somewhere that warrants this fragrance. It is so good. I really like this. I really, really like this. Let me know if y'all have tried this, because I don't really think I've heard many people talk about this particular one from the line, but I really, really like it. So again, that's Note d'Oro from Valentino. This next fragrance is from Sorodora, and this is 7. So it's just the number 7 is the name of this fragrance. Probably gonna be hard to see, but this was sent to me from the brand. I like that. It's kind of giving me Coca-Cola vibes a little bit. So I feel like I'm getting some spiciness, a little bit of woodiness, a little bit of booziness, but also this fizziness. Kind of hard for me to describe, to be honest. But it reminds me of a Coke or a soda type of scent, but it doesn't really smell 100% like that. I like this. I'm going to have to wear this on skin to get to know this. This is my first time smelling this one. I just didn't show y'all the box and all because I have been filming way too long. And so in the interest of time, I'm going to try to just knock out opening all the boxes and not sharing them with y'all. But this is my first time smelling this. And so I feel like with a lot of the fragrances from Sorodora, they require more than just a sniff. You have to spray them on. You have to wear them and live in them to see what you really think about them. And I definitely feel that way about this one. But I will say right off the bat, it's giving me soda vibes. Not too much sweetness, but a little bit, and definitely some brightness to this as well. And I also feel like there may be a boozy note in this fragrance as well. I have to wear this on skin, but as of right now, I'm intrigued, y'all. I'm intrigued, and I think this is going to work well for me for the summer. Y'all know I love my like boozy soda scent, so we'll see how this actually works out. But right now, I'm excited to give this some wear. So again, that is 7 from Sorodora. Next up, I have 2 fragrances that were sent to me from the brand Lake and Skye. So I have 1111 Vanilla, and also a travel size of the original 1111, which is their most popular fragrance. I have never smelled any of the fragrances from this house, but to my knowledge, they are a clean brand and they're known for their kind of like lightweight, airy type scent. So I opened these together, number one, because I haven't tried them yet, but also because one is a flanker of the other one. So we're gonna try the original first, which is 1111. Okay, yes, this is giving clean kind of skin musk. It also smells a bit like salty sea air, but not too much. It's mainly giving clean skin musk. I do feel like because I've smelled so many fragrances, this one is kind of hard for me to smell. It's one of those fragrances that, I don't know if it's a molecular fragrance, but it's giving off that vibe that you kind of have to have a fresh, clean nose to be able to smell them, and you may not be able to smell them. That's the vibe that I'm giving just right off the bat. So I have to say this one is kind of an unfair an unfair sniff. Maybe I should have sniffed it first. But as of right now, what I'm getting is just a very light, clean, musky kind of oceanside type of scent. A nice, like everyday, easygoing scent, like a good airport scent in my opinion. So I'll have to try this out and let y'all know later. But as of right now, I'm not smelling much from that one. Okay, so this one is 1111 Vanilla. And right off the bat, this one smells more present to me. It still smells like clean laundry, kind of muskiness, oceanside air type of scent, but throw in a little bit of a lightweight vanilla, not a cupcakey vanilla, just like a slightly sweet gourmand leaning vanilla, but not too much, not too far gone down that road. Yeah, this is really nice. This is for the girls who want to try vanilla, but you're not really into super strong vanillas or super gourmand vanillas. This may be one you would like. Both of these fragrances give me the clean girl aesthetic, the soft life. Like just very easygoing, don't have to think about it, effortless beauty. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of use out of this one, honestly, because in the summer I do like my fresher scents and I do like my musky scents, and I feel like both of those will work for different everyday type of occasions. So again, that is 1111 Vanilla. This video has gotten extremely long and I'm so sorry about that. I do have one more fragrance and I'm not gonna actually share in this video. So real quick, I'll share with you what it is, but it's from the brand Pistache Skincare. I have been using their body butter for quite a while. I already have a bottle of a jar of this, but they sent me another one. They also sent me their pistachio fragrance and their hand cream, which I already have the hand cream as well and really love it. So I haven't tried the fragrance yet, but I am going to save that for one of those what I wore videos. I want to try the entire regimen for you all. I already know what the creams smell like, obviously, because I have them, but I have not tried the fragrance yet. So make sure if you want to know about the fragrance that you watch those videos for me. So next up, I have some oils from Brown Sugar Babe. They sent me the nicest PR package. They actually sent me 2 PR packages. So I have 6 oils. We're not going to smell all of them, but we are going to smell a few of them. But I know this video is super long right now. But they sent me 2 really nice PR packages. I did share one on a vlog, so I'll link that for you all. The other one, I did post a picture on Instagram, so I'll try to pop that picture up here as well, from their date night collection. And the date night fragrances are the ones that I'm super intrigued in trying. So because these are oils, I'm not going to like actually rub them on me. I'm just gonna try to sniff them real quick. So like I said, they sent me 6. Let me unbox all of them and I'll show you the ones they sent me and then we'll sniff just a few of them. All right, so the first 3 are from their PDM collection. So these are 3 fragrances inspired by some Parfums de Marly scents. So this first one here is Scent of a Stallion, which is inspired by Parfums de Marly Pegasus. Next up is Halo, which is inspired by Parfums de Marly Vallayia, which I'm excited to try with my Vallayas. And then the third one from that collection is called High Note, which is inspired by Altair by Parfums de Marly. So I think this one is going to work really well to pair with a lot of different things. The newest collection I'm actually going to smell with you guys because these are like super exciting for me because these are my types of scents. So like I said, these are from the date night collection. This first one here is called Villain Era. And this one is supposed to be inspired by Givenchy's Linter de Rouge. Now this one I have not smelled before. Like I've never smelled Linter de Rouge. So I'm actually going to skip this one. We're only going to smell 2 of them. But like I said, watch those videos from me. I know y'all are tired of hearing me saying it, and I promise I'm not just trying to push my videos on y'all, but honestly, that's where you get a lot of information from. So anyway, I always talk about oils and stuff in those videos, so that's where you will see these being used. The next one that I have here is Muse. And this one is inspired by Burberry Goddess, which I love. And the other night I was going to wear Burberry Goddess, but I wanted to wait until I shared this oil with y'all because I wanted to pair it. So I'm probably going to wear this tonight to bed. Oh yeah. This smells like Burberry Goddess for sure. Yeah, it smells just like it to me. It may be a little bit more warm, maybe a little bit more sweet, but I think this is going to pair really well with the fragrance. And then the last one I have here is Vanilla Whisper, which I'm very excited about because this one is inspired by Matière Premiere Vanilla Powder, which I love. Oh yeah, this smells really good. It does smell like vanilla powder. So it's that dry vanilla, coconut meat or coconut type of scent, but not in the tropical way. Yeah, that smells really good. I would say that just right off first sniff, this is probably about 90% close to the smell of vanilla powder from Matière Premiere. So these oils are very potent, and so I do enjoy them. You can wear them without fragrance. I always just use them for layering, but you definitely can wear these without a fragrance on top because most of them are pretty potent. I haven't tried these per se, but I have some other ones that they've sent me that I have tried. And so yeah, I'm super excited to put these away and play in them. So that was my long behind haul. I promise not to wait this long again because this was just too much. But I hope you guys found this video helpful. I'm glad I got all this open so I can start trying to find a spot in my collection for all this stuff. Thank you to all the brands that sent me PR. I don't even know why I got so much PR this time around, but I really appreciate it. It really gives me content without having to come out of my own pocket for everything. And so I really appreciate that. And I really appreciate you guys out there watching, because if you guys were not watching me and supporting me, then brands would not be giving me PR. So thank you. Anyway, if you've tried any of these fragrances, let us know what you think about them. Talk about them in the comments. Give your opinions. What do you want to hear more about? Any of these fragrances, let me know. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. If you're here this long, you need to subscribe, okay? You need to turn the notification bell on, because if you sat through this hour-long haul video, then I know you hear from me, okay? Matter of fact, I'm gonna take Janae's idea. If y'all watch Janae Antoinette, she always says, leave her an emoji if you watch the whole video. I need to know who watched this whole video. So if you watch this whole video, leave me a shopping bag emoji in the comments, okay? Anyway, let me not prolong the time anymore. Check out my description box. Links, discounts, names of the fragrances will be down there, along with links to my social media and website. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.